All right, so when you think of politics, what is your views? Like, how do you feel about politics?
Well, politics in general, I think we have leaders that we elect to represent us. I think it's incredibly important. Everybody has a role in society, and even if it's just to express your voice and your opinion, that's a really important one. I think that the people who represent us, that we elect to do that work, often mean well, but sometimes are clouded in their judgment or on their path because of competing interests, lobbyists, PAC funding, things like that. So I think politics in general is a wonderful theory. Democracy, a republic, is a wonderful and beautiful idea, but I don't know that it's always effective depending on the people that are in place.
How has politics changed and affected your life?
What sticks out to me most is this past election, this interim election, is how parties are running ads. And they're not always about candidates. They're just about vote for the Republican candidates on the ballot or vote for the Democrats. They're not even spending time to always educate you on who is running. It's just about party affiliation, which is the weirdest thing I noticed about this recent election. We have a reality TV show host who is our president. So he's not qualified for the job he has, but many people throughout the nation, I think, are in that same position where they found themselves right place, right time, right circumstances they contributed to. So we're in a weird place. It's definitely changed quite a bit since I was a kid.
How do you feel moving towards the future what role do you think that politics will continue to play as we move on towards the future?
Yeah, I hope we continue to strengthen and amend both state and our national constitution. I hope that it reflects the more technologically driven time that we're living in. I think if we look at what happened this past election, I think we need more parties. I think we need more ideas. I think we need more fresh blood that gets involved in politics. I think we need to have credentials and minimum requirements for people to hold public office, and maybe some sort of testing around education for the people that are going to vote as well. Although it should be a right, it should also be something that it is your duty to know the issues and who you're voting for.
What is your role in politics?
As a U.S. history teacher, I think lay the foundations for students' political exposure and understanding. So I try to present information in an unbiased way, try to teach the history of the parties, how they've evolved and changed over time. I think just as a citizen who discusses ideas, asks things of my city, my state, my country, I'm involved in that way, and I always exercise my right to vote, my freedom of speech.
Okay, and the last one is were you pleased with the results of yesterday's midterms elections?
I think that there were some net positives. Yeah, I think Democrats taking control of the House of Representatives is exciting in that it re-establishes a realistic checks and balances within Congress. To reelect Bob Menendez, I know it was very much a Democratic Party choice and move, and it just feels like there has to be better candidates out there. That we're going to have this guy for another term is, I don't doubt he has the best interests of New Jerseyans mostly in mind, but he definitely has self-serving interests as well. It's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds. And I think in general, we're a very divided country. That election represented that. And I think we're moving in a dangerous direction of division where people are really, violent, agitated. Politics is supposed to be a discourse, an exchange of ideas, and it's becoming tribalism in a dangerous way, I think.
And the last one, this one more. How are you excited? How much excited are you for the 2020 presidential election?
I think equally excited and terrified. I think if Trump got elected once, it's not out of the realm of possibility he could get reelected. I'm concerned about how he will respond if he doesn't get reelected, and if he will actually allow for this perpetuation of a peaceful transition of power. I think mostly I'm excited to see who's going to show up as the candidates, because I think the people are invigorated as a response to him, and it would be cool to see who else decides to throw their hat in the ring. So there are a few people that have been senators and, some other people that I've been keeping an eye on that I hope will get involved.
All right. Thank you for
Cool.
your time.
Absolutely.
It was nice
Thanks, Toby.
recording you.